Well, Twitch tells me that we're live or something similar to live. So I guess we are. Yay. Yay.
Yay.
Lowering us down to 160p because we all look better at 160p. Yes. And it saves my bandwidth. Okay, folks, we are back with some Cyberpunk Red tonight, playing our CHOOM storyline. And we're going to start off finding out, well, all of our characters here have jobs that they do to make money other than just the night market. So as we introduce our characters, we will have you make a roll on your job chart, your hustle chart for your particular role. If you have more than one role, you choose which role. So, Richard, who are you playing?
I'm Richard, not good in any resolution. I am playing Laszlo Sahane, who's the medtech of the group.
Okay, and that's your sole career, right? Just
Yes,
medtech?
it is.
Okay, so let's go ahead and find out how you are making a buck, or a euro in this case, over the week. So roll a d6 for me. I'm actually surprised these are not programmed into Roll20, as they seem to have every other chart programmed into the Cyberpunk Red interface.
I have minor free clinic work with the locals. You can't eat goodwill, though.
Nice. And what is your rank ability at?
Yeah, so my rank ability is only at 4, I believe. That's
okay.
It's just starting level, so
Yeah.
So I get 0 EB.
But yeah, you do get some community goodwill. People know your face around. Yeah, so the other thing I wanted to do with this is to help me integrate things into a storyline. So give me the name of a contact you made while doing your free clinic work.
Their name is Bubbles.
Could be a street name. And, I'm sorry, is what?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Okay.
Yes. They're
Tell us a little bit about
remarkably
Bubbles.
fragile and pop very easily, which is why. Off at the slightest.
Was this a patient?
Yeah. A patient
Nice.
who's
Okay.
well, a frequent visitor anyway, who is there all the time. Yeah, I definitely need more patching up, and I'm not just here drug seeking, honestly.
Gotcha. All right, Steven, who are you playing?
I am playing the person that is tangentially related to Laszlo, Pinball. Real name Urkan, but that never comes up. Urkan Pinball is the solo of the group. He's the guy with the guns, and strangely enough, the guy everybody looks to for guidance when shit start going down.
Sure they do. So,
sacrificial
solo,
lamb, guidance, same thing.
Go ahead and make me a D6. Let's see how you do on the job this week.
All right, 4. So I was hired out as muscle. And that's pretty much my gig. Every time somebody has a little bit of trouble, they know I can be called upon to, ease the problem somewhat.
Okay. Who hired you out for muscle?
I think it was a lady that just wanted to break up with her boyfriend and needed a little bit of protection when moving out. And, when I broke the guitar over the guy's head, she was okay with that too. He was not nearly as good as Siren.
What was her name?
Okay. Molly.
Molly. Okay.
She's
good.
Music fan. Got in with a low-ranked rocker boy. That guy sucked in more ways than one. And now she's broken up with him and moved out.
Okay. And what is your rank ability, your score?
4. So I only got the 100 up for the jig. It was, simple stuff.
It was a few hours. I imagine she hired you as a bodyguard to protect you, and you're like, well, let's just go to the source of the trouble. We're done.
I'll get your stuff. He's got your stuff. I'll get your stuff. I'll get your
Exactly.
stuff and his stuff.
It was the get his stuff as well that really gave you the 5 stars on the Rent a Muscle app. Would rent again, 5 stars.
I mean, it's mostly charity.
Yeah. Jameis, who you got?
I'm playing Alina Roy Clem, who's the only one with 2 roles of Tech and Nomad, and the latest round of Tech stuff, everything is fine.
Stay closer to the mic that way because you're louder now. So, which role are you going
I'm going to
try
roll
and make
low tech, high nomad. It's going to be the same
Okay.
in terms of that tech. Okay,
Tech,
and we
alright.
need to roll d6. Let's type out buttons to roll a d6. 2. Rebuilt some tech you scavenged in the combat zone. That sounds like something I would do. 100 ib.
Okay.
Because I'm only rank 4.
Either tell me where in the combat zone you've been scavenging for tech, or tell me the name of someone you met. So if you want to pick a neighborhood on our big map there, you can just do that. Is someone anything in the red?
Yeah.
And you can just name it. You can do a little ping and name the neighborhood if you want.
I'm thinking my background is I came from a combat zone. So I'm just looking at my my friends and stuff, because that never really sort of came up in the things that we've done. Yeah, probably would have been. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to say it was around about here in Little China, because the recent to-do we'd had with wiping out EMPs and stuff, I sort of went there to sort of see what impact the recent EMP blast had and found some tech there to scavenge.
Sounds good. Give me a name for the neighborhood.
Well, it's Little China. I don't do need a more specific.
Well, that's kind of the area in general. Each
Right.
block is going to have,
Loop Z is the name of the neighborhood.
Sounds
You know
good.
where I got that from?
Michael, who you got tonight?
I am playing Gold Siren, the artist formerly known as 40.
All right. You will have to explain the transition in name in a bit, but let's see how you do on your job for the week.
Royalties in the got some royalties in for your most recent data pool download.
Okay, yeah. So your most recent album did fairly well, enough that you made a little bit of euro off of it. Okay. What was the name of your album, or what particular news outlet really pumped you up or promoted you for it to be so well this past week?
The album I already knows. It's self-named, so it's Gold Siren.
Okay.
Let's see. Don't know the media outlets very well. I know 54, and I don't see eye to eye.
Okay. You can make up something, or just give me a name of maybe a producer that's eyeballing you.
Sure. Robert Poole. With an E.
With an E. Okay, gotcha. Marius, played by Kelly. Sorry,
Hello.
Kelly.
Hello.
Tell us about Marius.
Marius, he's the group's netrunner and forever hungry resident. Yeah, so do you just want me to roll now?
Yeah, roll a
Don't forget that
d6.
5. Awesome.
5.
I brought down a major system with ransomware and I got paid off to uninstall it. So I put Clippy on someone's machine.
Okay. Whose machine did you put Clippy on?
It was Night City Bank.
Ooh.
They just the default password on the router, but don't tell anyone. That'll ruin my street cred.
Poor
I
Night
know.
City Bank. They just opened.
Well, that's their problem, not mine. But I'm thinking
All
I
right.
should have asked for more than 200, though. I feel like I'm not really valued.
Well, that's all that was. That's all that was deposited. They just opened. Some poor widow had just put her life savings of €200 in there, and that's what you took.
Hey, I need it more than she probably does.
But she got the free toaster.
Yeah, it's probably lit the apartment on fire by now, so that's good.
Probably, yeah. It's that new old tech.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, guys. Last game, we ended with the night market happening, and it was a quieter than normal night market. Apparently, somebody is scaring off or convincing. It's probably a better word. Convincing your customers that it was unsafe to visit the night market. Towards the end of the night, things picked up, and it ended up being an average, if a little on the low side for a normal night market, but Ollivander wasn't too upset. You guys confronted various folks who were not interested in starting a scuffle and did everything they could to basically de-escalate any aggression on your side by just walking away and being unarmed and mostly unassuming.
Luckily, it was Siren that talked to them. Otherwise, they'd be shot.
Mm-hmm. Because pinball doesn't.
It's just how it goes. You stepped up to somebody's turf. You interfered. An example has to be made. Except that Mr. Ollivander doesn't want examples made. I don't know why.
He said no gunfire. If we take up after Nancy, just start knifing people, he'll never know.
You'd be fine. Perfectly fine.
Just take that katana. You can even
knife wounds and beheadings so much easier to explain than a body full of bullets.
That's what my new stun baton is for.
There you go. All right, so we'll take up a couple of weeks. This is like middle of the month. So you had your night market at the beginning of the month. You guys did a few things here and there to make some Euro bucks on the side. And we are going to take up with Marius. Is Marius there? There's Marius. In the dojo. It is a special day for Marius. He is getting his yellow belt today.
I have worked so hard for this.
It's been 2 years to get your yellow belt.
Most people get it in 6 weeks. I was just a little long. I just wanted to perfect the kata. It's a tough one. So,
Pinball, do you also go to the Tiger Dojo?
Not normally, because I usually go to the real thing. But I had to accompany Marius when I heard he was getting his ranking test. I mean, I could not.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Marius, I'm sure, has just been bubbling over the last few days that he's finally getting his yellow belt. And if anyone else wants to come and watch the ceremony, yeah. So pinball's definitely coming along. Anyone else? Nope.
No, sure. I will come along and assess the injuries just in case.
He's going to need healing.
Has been injured there. Yes,
he's seen me practice before. He knows what's going to happen.
Laszlo has actually got a betting pool going on with the other medics he works with. Shows up in his work uniform, probably still got blood splatter all over it, but that's okay. I mean, it's a dojo. Surely they've seen blood before. Okay, Marius, it's your big night. They go through the exercises and they go through a few forms, and the young ones have their ceremony first. These are the 10 and younger. Many of them getting their yellow belt. One of them is getting their green belt.
I'm so
Marius, it's the youngest of them has only been here 3 months, already getting his yellow, and it's been over a year for Marius, but that's okay. It's okay, Marius, because you you weren't going to accept it until you absolutely knew you had everything down to perfection.
Right.
There's a little demonstration where you're asked to go through the key kata before you're awarded your belt. And then afterwards, you are in hand-to-hand combat with someone at least 2 belts higher than you, just to show off your form as best you can. So, Marius, you step up. Michael's like, he's dead. He's gone.
I can do it. I can do it.
Marius, you step up, beaming, big smile on your face as the yellow belt is presented to you. And the first true test is, do you tie the belt on correctly?
Obviously, I've had 2 years of practice with the white belt, so I tie it correctly, but I don't get it even. So one end hangs lower than the other. Not a lot, but it's noticeable to everyone else but me. And I
was gonna say that it bothers Marius more than anyone else because no one else is that precise. But Marius is like, I'm 4 centimeters off on the left. Oh, that next belt is going to be like 3-4 years from now.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be well. But it's a personal journey. There's no competition. It's all about me. So it's okay. That's what I tell myself. That's how I feel better.
There you go. There's almost a mocking, slow golf clap by some of the younger kids that have just earned their yellow belts today as well. But then the teacher kind of looks at them sharply, and then the older members of your club start giving you a good round.
And I'm super happy. I smile. I've almost got tears in my eyes, and I just give a nice little bow there. Perfect 30-degree bow for them. Eyes on the horizon.
And then you face off toe to toe against their black belt, because honestly, the only other belts they had in the room are like 3-foot, 4-foot kids, and they just didn't think it would be seeming to do that. So they put you up against their black belt. He goes by the affectionate name of Crusher, as he's this immense wall of a man that comes over. Top of his kimono is open, showing this very hairy chest with knife scars all over it. His black belt is frayed at the edges, showing a little bit of white, telling you that he's almost at the pinnacle to come all the way back around and become a white belt again, a true master. As he squares off to you, you see the clapping gets a little bit louder, and he kind of looks down on you. He's at least a foot taller than you. He's got a good heart. He's kind of a teddy bear of a guy. You've never seen him lose his temper more than once or twice a class.
Right. He likes me, I think. He hasn't thrown me out the window yet.
No, he's done that.
Much.
But I mean,
I meant this year.
Yeah, there you go. That was a one sort of thing. It was kind of like a hello.
Right. And it resets.
That's how you knew the dojo was legitimate.
Yeah, it was real glass in that window. It cuts very sharp.
So Laszlo, you're there watching along, pinball as well. So Crusher looks like he's the kind of guy that gets into lots of street fights. Pinball, being an experienced fighter, notices all the healed up cuts and the size of his knuckles, speaking to someone that bashes his fists into things quite often.
Has survived at least one knife fight. Probably only the one. People don't get into multiple knife fights. They avoid those.
Marius, if you would, so you bow to each other, and with the chopping motion from the director, you face off. Why don't you roll the initiative, Marius?
All right. That looks like a good roll.
Jeez. Oh,
Oh, that's bad.
Starting already.
We both
That
take
seems
the
like
twos.
Marius, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to need Laszlo's help.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
He goes 2 rounds later. He's got a negative initiative for the listeners at home.
Yeah. Excuse me for a second. My mouth got very dry for a second.
He fears for you, Marius. He fears for you.
I fear for myself after that roll.
Oof.
I was doing good last session. This time, back to normal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's roll his.
Well, that looks higher than mine.
He's only 16 higher than you.
Barely double digits. Come on.
Okay. So he kind of just does this grunt as he steps in and kind of goes low like he was going to do a stomach punch, but then it's a fake. As you go in to try and block it, he attempts to nail you in the head. Ooh, okay. He's actually going to try and nail you in the head. It's a -8 to the check.
He probably should. I mean, yeah. Knowing me, I probably walked right into it.
You both bow. You bow a second time, but the second time you're not supposed to. Just
Yeah,
the once.
He kicked, I bowed.
What's your DV?
My what?
Your defensive value.
He would roll evasion.
Yeah. No,
So
sorry,
is
I'm
that a
I'm
skill?
trying to do this point by point through the chart here to see how this goes. Okay.
Oh, I like evasion. That's a good one.
Yep. So roll your dex plus your evasion skill plus a d10. You probably have a button on your sheet to do that.
I hope it's set up right.
Ooh. His bowing has made him duck below the kick. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You do. You go to cover your middle, and then as the thing rocket towards your head, you actually kind of stand up straighter than normal. So you kind of bend back as that fist goes well over your head.
I'm small, but I can bend good. All those years of being beat up.
Okay. Your turn to retaliate.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a karate chop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a karate chop right on his. Just because he's taller than me, it's gonna hit his chest probably. So what do I do? Brawl?
Yeah, unless you got any kind of special skills, which I don't think you do.
I do have dance, which is kind of what karate's about, right? I could dance. More kata. All right. No, I don't think there's anything more appropriate. So let's just brawl. Let's see how well that works.
Ooh.
Well, it's
Okay.
it's in
Hey,
the
you
positives.
beat him.
Oh, there we
You
go.
did beat him.
Okay. See, things are looking up. I'm
Mhm.
not the failure
What is your
that you all
body?
think.
What is your body stat?
Small and wiry. It's 5.
A 5.
I believe that's
Okay.
1d6.
Actually, a 4 and under is a d6. A 5 to 6 is a 2d6.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. So roll 2d6.
2d6. Oh, 1 second. I just
Okay. Hey, that's actually not a bad shot. So you hit him. He's rather solid, and it feels a lot like you're punching a brick wall.
It hurt.
But
admit it.
everyone cheers. Your sensei looks shocked, but then kind of covers it up by quickly clapping along with everyone else, and then puts down the chopping motion with his hands, telling you that it's over. Oh, no, you did really well. He was doing this because your opponent started to get that look to his face, the crazed look that often precedes him throwing someone out of the window. Nino
I've seen that
Sensei
one,
has already
yeah.
paid for 4 windows this month. Uh, so he ends the match.
Yes. Yes. I am the winner. I won the
Yeah.
yellow belt.
And so the rest of the night's training goes on as normal. It's very boring for everyone else here, Laszlo and Pinball. It's sloppy. The people they have teaching the kids are only, well, they're marginal, and the instructors teaching the adults less than marginal. While the sensei goes around with a cigar between his lips and just starts nodding here and there and correcting some postures here and there. But yeah, so it's very no one's exactly sure why Marius likes it so much and continues to pay so much for it.
It's a personal journey.
Advertising.
Advertising, yeah. It's the water.
All right.
I want to take Laszlo and Pinball out for a bite to eat and a drink to celebrate.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. Afterwards, shower off. They've got facilities here. You change into your street clothes. You head out. Maybe you're going to that pizza place from last session. And as you're kind of going down between a couple alleys to get there, the shortcut, you guys hear a manhole cover kind of slide open and a psst. Hey guys.
I look over, having basically nothing on me.
The spiky-haired kid sticks his head out of the sewers, and this is the little tramp that took you to the boat with all the stuff on it, the drugs and the animals
Skunk.
you found last time. Skunk.
This is
It's
the
like,
chud.
Hey, guys.
Yes, little girl.
Kind of frowns, looks at you. Well, maybe I won't tell you what I was going to tell you then.
What, are you not child of female persuasion?
Kind of wrinkles up. It's not supposed to get around. I thought we had this clear.
Well, I've already done you the courtesy of forgetting your name for you.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Look, I thought you guys might want to know this. You know that job that you got that you had a few weeks ago at the big market, the shiny marketplace with all the cool stuff in it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, we have a data term down here, right? Like we took it off the street and it's still connected and all. Hey, I got a message. Today.
Yes, do tell.
Well, you got your assistant. I can just send it. She pulls out like this, like the Nokia phone version of an assistant. It's very square. Yeah, agent. It's very square. It's very blocky. It's very old.
Frankly, superior, as it's nigh indestructible.
It's bulletproof. Yes, it's bulletproof.
I'm like, I gesture at Marius.
I'm
Yes,
just
man.
beaming. I've got my yellow belt in my hand. And I'm like, look, I got my yellow belt. Join us, and I invite them to come for drinks and food.
He's
They
buying
don't-
pizza.
Oh, okay. Pops out of the hole. Sends the data over. So if you look at it, it's an invite. It's a private invite to a black market or a night market. It's not Ollivanders. Happens at the end of the month. Yep. So the communication is it comes with a code, which the invitation tells you the code will operate a security gate. If you got the code, you can come in and shop. If you don't got the code, you're not invited.
Do you know if the code is like for a specific person, or is it just a general code for everybody who got this email?
The missive says that it's basically generated for each person that was invited.
Oh, very Good skunk. Whose invite have you intercepted?
It was mine.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it was. I mean, it was the identity whose credit accounts I steal when I go to the night markets. But it's mine.
Very good. How much you want for it?
Oh, I kind of wanted to go.
Oh, do you need bodyguards? Very dangerous places, those.
It doesn't say there's a +1. It's just invitee only.
Mm-mm. How do they
So,
expect
I tell you
to
what,
go?
I'm looking for something specific, though. I mean, if you can just pick it up if it's there, I mean, we can call it square and you can have it.
Oh, sounds reasonable. What is it you want? It's probably very dangerous to get anyhow.
It's really rare and it's hard to get, and they might be really rough pushing the price for it. Have you ever heard of a Pez dispenser?
No. I have heard of Pez. Never the dispenser of the Pez.
I'm looking for a Rick and Morty Pez dispenser. Very specific.
You will have to be more...
She
Specific. I was going to say more
slings
specific.
over an image of what she's looking for.
As that sounds... Is it
Make
Rick
sure
or
to
is
check
it
image
Morty
2.
that-
That's how. It's Rick and Morty. They're one thing. See, the heads are combined. It's Rick on
It
one
is-
side and Morty on the other side.
It is
And
grotesque.
look, you have to look at the second picture because that's how you know if it's fake or not. The fake ones don't have that on the side there. The made in China. I don't know where China is, but if it doesn't say that, it's not real.
Well, I'm sure we can make sure it is guaranteed non-human meat. I mean, real.
Made in China, you say. Can you tell me the going market rate for such an item?
Oh, it's got to be really big. I mean, maybe even 20, 25.
Ebb? Yes, I could see that being quite a bit for this dispenser of Pez.
You can take it out of my percentage.
Your
So
percentage.
technically, you still owe them for their percentage of the sales of the stuff,
I thought I was sorting that out before,
which
but
hasn't been
I
sold
haven't.
yet.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Sure.
yes, we can take that out of your percentage, the ongoing percentage that has not been fully sold yet.
They grab Marius's coat and pull it a little bit. You're buying pizza?
Yeah, we're celebrating. I got my yellow belt. It only took 2 years. Woo!
That's great.
I mean, you should have seen him. His punch that he trained for 2 years struck his opponent squarely. He did not have any other moves to use, but that one punch was very successful.
Thanks, Pinball.
So look inside their coat. Yellow, red, brown, black.
Yeah.
All right, yep, no.
Right. So you guys go to pizza. Meanwhile, the PC formerly known as 40 Gold Siren, working on new material. When there's a sound of breaking glass and a brick lands in the common area.
All right. I'm assuming went through the wall with all the chairs.
It went through like the fire exit part that's got the one and only pane of glass. It's mostly ornamental because it never stays not broken.
All right, advancing to and
There's a
Taking
note
one.
wrapped around it, or a flyer wrapped around it. And from outside, you hear some drunken people yelling out, "Hey, 40! Whatever your name is this week, we thought you might want to know. Cheers!" Ah, fandom.
taking a break back to the common room. There we
Yeah,
go.
so it's a flyer wrapped around a brick, and there's a battle of the bands happening next month. Small registration fee. They give a net address where to drop off your band's information, type of music you play. First place, first place winners, 500 EB and a record contract. The second place is 250, no contract. And third place is for losers, nothing.
Did it say who's offering the record contract?
It doesn't, but there is a net address to give information and to find out more information. The flyer is just kind of sloppily done, just copied off and probably splattered all over the neighborhood. Some of your fans thought you might be a good fit, it sounds like. And it's too easy to throw information over your net address. They just brick delivery. It's what you do when you live in the hood. It's just the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, want to look into who's doing that, but when you say nominal, like 10 EB?
The fee doesn't say. It just gives you a net address to check out further information and to put in your particulars.
Yeah. Always looking for that exposure. And to crush other fans under my heel.
There is that. Do you want to take a look at this, the address?
Yeah.
Do you have something capable of getting onto the data stores and such? Well, I mean, I guess you've got an.
I got an agent. I got a laptop. I got
an agent. Okay, good enough. Yeah, so you get on. It's put on by a company called Trifecta, which is a new media corporation that's been buying up a lot of smaller, both venues and artists, really pushing out a glut load of stuff. Most of it, honestly, is crap. As far as you're concerned, it's stylistically, it's uninteresting, but they threw enough money behind it to get the sound at least sounding good, but it's pretty generic stuff. But they've got a lot of money behind them. So whether or not Michael Gold Siren now is into selling out for lots of money or not, they are a company that has a lot of backing. They can really get your name out there, but their stuff just all ends up sounding very samey, very generic, but they really push it, and hype sells.
Yeah, I can win this competition.
But they're putting it on. The entry fee is 5 EB to enter. You do have to submit at least a song to them to see if you qualify for their standards. It gives the time, the place. It also has the list. There are 7 other bands that are performing. Maximum cap of 12, and of course, Jane is number 3 on the list.
Seriously, putting information in.
Start dropping in your deets. Okay, good enough. You guys are coming back from the pizza place. Marius apparently is feeling very generous with his money, as this pizza place has actual real pizza.
I'd hate to know what the alternative was.
Well, mostly soy and mostly chemical products, but this particular pizzeria has their own garden out back and a couple of goats they use to make the cheese with.
It was very delicious.
It is very expensive as well.
I think
what lifestyle is Marius paying for?
How often does someone get their yellow belt for the first time? Right? It's worth celebrating. And my friends came with me. I had to celebrate
every week. I think, yeah.
And then
you don't really want the answer. Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. And I'll bring back a little pizza for everyone else because I got $200 from the Night City Bank.
Okay.
It's first day of operation. I did a little job against it, but no one needs to know, so I could afford it. So how much was the pizza? How much is real pizza worth?
To feed everybody, about 100 EB.
100 EB, okay. And worth
Including
it,
tip.
totally worth it. Including it. That
and you'll have pizza. Fine. You'll have leftover too. You'll have leftover for another day. You guys come back to the Coffin Apartments, and about that time, Elena, you're coming back from the combat zone up at Little Chinatown, having gotten a bag of goodies, more parts to build such things that you would like. So your scrounging has happened around the same time. In other words, you're coming back to the apartment building. You notice that once again, the one window that you guys have near the fire escape is broken. It happens every week. Ollivander has stopped sending a guy out to fix it, and you just have like in the small little bitty closet that's part of your coffin area, there's 10 panes of glass just pre-bought and put in there. He doesn't like to buy the bulletproof stuff or the plastic stuff because this is a heritage site. The building actually is trying to keep up in its original motif, so he's got to put glass back in.
What's up,
Silent, who Brick messaged you this time?
I don't keep track of their names.
I mean, or was it? Let's be real. It's always you. It is always you getting the Brick messages. Do I get Brick messages? No, I get gun messages. Sometimes they
get bullet messages.
Yeah.
Still shatters.
For some reason, people shoot bullets with your name on it into the drywall of your, place all the time. You don't know why.
It is very mysterious. I mean, if they are going to engrave a bullet, especially like that, they should be shooting it at me. But no, they only are cowards and shoot at my window.
Mm-hmm. The only other thing going on is that your resident psychopath hasn't shown up again after the torture round and dentistry instruction that Marius was given.
It is hopeful that she is dead in a ditch.
However, outside of her coffin, she has neatly left rent for the next month, as well as her portion of the bills.
I swear, she's still alive.
And she's fully stocked the refrigerator, Marius.
Oh, I'm going to go in and start.
Now she's taunting me.
I'm going to grab a snack. Hey, Pinball, you want some food? Look what she left us.
No, it's all very suspect.
Look, it looks
it's
so
mostly
fresh.
all prepackaged ramen, but some fresh vegetables and lots of sauces.
Did you check any of them for bombs?
Bombs. Well, the only bomb that's going to happen is after I'm done eating about 12 hours later, but this looks so yummy.
You say that, but one day she will put a bomb in that kielbasa and boom, you will be no more.
She will never do that. I don't know why you're so mean to her. What has she ever done to let you think that way? She's been nothing but nice. She cooks amazing meals. She leaves us food in the fridge for us. She pays her rent on time.
You are only correct about the paying rent on time. That is very important, but that does not
I'm going to open the
the
fridge door and point at how full it is. Look, she filled it, not me.
Oh, and do you know the provenance of all those items? Did she leave a receipt?
Oh, I haven't looked. I'll start looking for a receipt.
But there is some blood on some of the packages of ramen, but
it's ketchup. It's not blood, ketchup.
She is
okay. Everybody's back.
Accessories to her crimes. I will not be.
Sounds like Marius is breaking out some of the food that was left behind, making a big pot of ramen.
You just had pizza. We still have pizza.
Brought pizza back for everyone, didn't you?
Right? Yeah, I did. And I brought something for Nancy, a little special thing for her because she's awesome. I'll just put it in the freezer until she gets back.
Hopefully pineapple and anchovy. Just like she likes.
For a bomb.
Yeah, it's just no bomb. You do not open this and put a bomb in there. I'm going to be very upset with you if you bomb her. Or me.
Someone already bombed her. There is a bomb inside her head.
Well, okay, so outside, aside from the first bomb that she's got, no more bombs. Bombs are bad. Bombs result in me not getting fed.
I mean, she also tried to blow up Elena's van. I mean, it was not Elena's van at the time. It was a free van for the taking. But she tried to blow it up, not knowing Elena was going to take it.
Only free because you killed some of our customers.
Horrendously
just throwing
innocent
that out
bystanders.
But
do not forget the innocent bystanders.
That all
Including
happened
minors.
before she cooked us food. right? I mean, everything can be forgiven over a good plate of
No,
ramen noodles.
no. Again, no.
I'm done listening to it. I'm just going to start making some more food. You can't talk badly about her to me. I won't listen anymore. Yeah. She's done
There's
nothing
no
wrong.
reason.
As you guys are hanging around, there's a knock on your door. Looking through the vid screen, it's Sherlock Homie.
Homie. Roll up to the door. Homie.
Pardon, Pinball. I'm sorry to bother you. My machine seems to be out of the syrups necessary to make my caffeinated beverage. Would you happen to have a 7% solution? Sorry, artificial sweetener.
Marius, did she leave artificial sweetener?
I'll look. I'll start looking in the cupboards for artificial.
Yes,
Either
big old brick of faux sugar.
So I'll cut off some, put it in, like wrap it in some butcher block paper or whatever, and hand it off. And then give them a piece of pizza too, because we have lots. Everyone should celebrate.
Oh, pizza! You capital. You are a wonderful individual. Thank you. Thank you.
Real goat cheese on this. You enjoy.
You're hitting the VRs too hard, homie. You're forgetting who you are again.
Don't know what you're talking about, Pinball. Yes. If
not
you do me a
British.
favor, I know that you occasionally run across the visual malcontent in the streets, and you provisionally, I believe that you occasionally get your hands on illicit substances. If you would keep me in mind. Word on the streets is you made a very large score last month, and now being a man of very minute means, I wouldn't be able to be anything more than a casual client. But he's kind of scratching his arm. If you would happen to have anything that's going to hit the streets, just remember your good friend Holmes. Yes, me.
Homie,
Toodles.
we talked about this. Stay clean. Tend to your bees.
Yes, my bees. Walks
Close the door. He's probably making explosives again.
And you're worried about Nancy, and he's making explosives.
He hasn't actually murdered people and then brought the
That
bodies
you
back.
know of.
Moments later, there's another knock on your door. Pinball, you've only taken a few steps away.
I
Turn
glance
around.
back up at the vid screen.
Look at the vid screen. It is an elderly woman, yet still oddly statuesque, wearing negligee with a cigarette in one hand, and she's kind of fluffing up the bustier. She's
Marius, it's for you.
That would be a good time to go drop a bomb.
Marius, it's for you.
I don't want to get it.
It's one of your callers. Have fun. Might be Nancy in disguise.
Come on, sugar. I know you're behind the door. Somebody answer it. Your old neighbor here just has a question for you.
I'm gonna leave the chain.
Voice is ruined by cigarette smoking and hard drugs and alcohol.
And that's it's still the
Look,
second
sweetie.
part about her. All right, so I'll open.
There's
the
a
door.
rumor going around that you guys scored big last month, and just wanted to remind you that you got a civic duty to your neighbors here.
And you're right. I'm gonna cut her off. And I'm like, you're right. And I'm gonna grab a piece of pizza, and I'm just gonna like put it in her hands and put her hands close to her face, and kind of get her so she's pushed out in the door, and I'll be like in the hallway, and I'm like, enjoy the pizza. It's got real goat cheese on it from an actual breeding goat, just fresh today. Don't put it in the freezer. Eat it while it's fresh. Bye. Close the door.
You look at the vid screen. She looks stunned for a moment, then kind of shrugs, eats the pizza, walks away.
And I'll be like, "It's good pizza." I mean, yeah. And I'm gonna open the door a bit and look and see if there's anyone else in the hallway coming
It's
our way.
pretty quiet now.
I'm gonna close it,
Nobody
lock
else
it,
in the hallway.
double lock it, trip. I'm sure we have more than one lock.
Yep.
Right. There's no way we don't have some locks. So I'm gonna go all the
This is
way
true.
around the door with the locks. Yeah.
Elena gets back to her lab with all the bits and pieces that you're pulling out of your sack that you were collecting over in Little China, putting it all in orderly rows on your shelf as your rat goes by. And you look down at your comm device and see that your message box is flooded.
Huh.
All people you know, various contacts, people that you buy stuff from, people that you sell stuff to, people that you just know online that you share data with. And all of them seem to be like, "Hey, heard you scored big last month. Remember your old pal? Insert X." They're not formula. They're all different, but that's essentially what they're all saying. Is like, "Hey, word on the grapevine is that you had a big score of drugs last month. Remember your old pals."
Yeah, delete all. Back to
All
playing
right.
with tech.
Yeah, go back to playing with your tech. Enjoying the last of your pizza. Probably have something on in the background, some media playing through your various devices. A lot of things on the news and the screen sheets about the power outage that lasted a good half hour last month, and what possibly was involved in that. There were sightings of a submarine in the harbor. Just things that you are just tangentially responsible for. Yeah. Other than that, you notice that there's an outreach program going on from the military base. The rebuilding of the city as a whole is going on a little slower than was intended, but enough places have been reconstituted enough that folks have started to flood back into the neighborhoods, taking over spots here and there, expecting the growth to happen. But there's a shortage of non-costly food in the neighborhood, causing a lot of black markets to spring up. And the military has decided that they're going to do a public service, and Monday through Friday for 3 hours, they are going to open their PX, and basically they're giving out free foodstuffs to the neighborhood, with the hopes of flooding the market so that the black markets won't be as profitable and maybe will dry up, as well as offering some basic medical attention, dentistry, vision, that sort of thing. Free to the public, the growing public.
Very nice. I will stay away from them.
So that's what's going on in the neighborhood as you continue to eat. So what do you guys want to do? GM has thrown out all kinds of things for you to grab onto. You let me know what direction you want to go in.
So what military is this base?
U.S. Army.
It is what's left of the federal government.
Okay, so U.S. plus Militech.
Yeah, mostly Militech.
Correct me if
Listen.
I'm wrong, but the government has taken a very draconian law approach, and Night City itself is actually outside the U.S. government currently.
Right, and that's why they're doing it as public outreach instead of just forcing people to do stuff. You have to come onto their base to take advantage of this.
That's a sucker trap. Also,
Yeah, and I
Nancy
don't
will
want-
probably be there. I'm going to stay away.
All the more reason we should go.
I mean, we can talk about those guys that are doing another black market in Ollivander's territory, see if he's willing to pay us to cause them some trouble. Or if nothing else, we just need to pick up a skunk's Pez dispenser for her.
Probably wouldn't hurt to go to the market. Well, one of us can go to it. The rest can stand around and tell them not to be there. It's probably not safe.
I like the idea of standing around and telling people it's not safe. I mean, I will be the one that goes in, and therefore it will by default not be safe.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. Let's
You
do
won't
it.
be lying at that point.
Right? We don't lie.
Because at
It's
any
not
moment, Pinball could just start shooting.
I don't know why I have this terrible reputation, but I do. I embrace it wholeheartedly.
It's somewhat true. I remember one night market where you just shot someone's head off.
I mean, it was either her or Nancy. Which one did you want me to shoot?
Well, at the time, I didn't know Nancy for Nancy, so I guess it didn't matter at the time. But now I'm super happy with how it turned out, as I'm sure everyone
You're
else is.
welcome. I am very unhappy. I should have shot the other one.
And you know what? Pizza will make you feel better. Here, and I'm just going to grab a piece of pizza and put it in his hand. Here you go. Have some pizza. If I buy you a video game, will it make you happy again?
No.
We'll just have the pizza then.
Do you know what will make me happy?
More pizza?
You trying to challenge me at Dance Dance Revolution.
In the future, video games are free. They just make the money by in-game advertisements and loot chests.
Loot chests.
Everything has a loot chest.
You want to log in?
Then,
here, you buy the loot chest. I'll do a dance. If it'll make you happy, I'll do a dance. But not today. I'm tired. I just did my yellow belt test. It was draining.
I mean, they have the kata dance in there.
Well, but I just did it. Like,
And you're full of pizza.
I mean, everybody was karate fighting right there. We can put up your best song.
You're not going to be quiet about it until I do, right?
No.
All right. But if I throw
So
up
for the next hour, Pinball and Marius take up the living room area as they have a dance-off.
Sorry, everyone.
I'm on
What is the
standby
rest of you
to
guys
tend
doing?
to any dance-related injuries.
They'll
Yes.
most likely be mine.
Roll
I
that
really
dance.
good at my NorCal getting tummy with the citizens of Night City.
All right, so you're going to go out.
Especially on like trying to push out night markets as I, get most of my income from a night market.
Okay. Did you get the new threads? The the designer armored suit?
Yep. Leather trench coat. Leather
Okay.
trench coat.
There we go.
I tell her she
you-
looks like a stripper.
There are
Well,
literally
you know,
no sequins. No glitter. That's
all
shine though,
right,
but
so
that's
Yeah, you hit the streets. There aren't a lot in the way of official clubs in Night City right now, but there are a lot of they're moving parties basically. Folks find a nice abandoned place, and then an hour before they start sending out mass messages to people to come and party. Quick moving sound and light systems. There's usually lots of drug and booze going on. Sometimes they even have party vans show up with concession selling out very quickly before anyone gets alerted to the fact that potentially hazardous places are being used for party zones, or in some cases the buildings are owned by folks who don't really like it and send folks over to get everyone out. But that's how the young crowd in Night City have fun these days. So maybe, Michael, your character is going out to find one of these hotspots tonight. As a matter of fact, your fan skill. Why don't you make me a roll?
all right.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
No specific invite. in your list showing up today. So you're just kind of hitting the streets, keeping your ear to the ground, trying to find out where the happenings are tonight and where the hip folks are. Anyone going with, or is everyone staying in?
Sure, I'll go with.
Okay, Elena, you put on your best partying gear, I guess.
Yeah. Go out looking for buddies. Anything, pretty much anything that's reputable or not, she's going for it.
Okay. All right. Laszlo, what are you doing tonight? Marius and Pinball are going to be dancing off for a bit. Elena and Gold Siren now have hit the streets for fun.
I do not know. So I think I take the time to have a quiet evening in, really.
Quiet evening in.
I
Okay.
was going to be on standby for the injuries when the Dance Dance Revolution, but...
Okay. Very good. So, Elena, you and Gold Siren are hitting the streets. You do start hearing some word on the street saying that there is a big party going on in the Glen tonight. The northern end of the Glen is one of the more built-up places now. Some of the nicer houses and nicer neighborhoods are going up. Somebody caught wind that there is a party going on. A pretty nice party with supposedly some guests that you might have seen on the local, I forget what they call them in Cyberpunk. They're not televisions anymore. They're Tridios and Shadowrun, and I don't remember what they are in Cyberpunk. But some of rising media star is supposed to be there. Like his parents' house is in the Glen, and he's visiting and is throwing a big party there. So you get an address.
Let's go meet Glenn.
Is open karaoke in the Glen?
Of course.
Okay, good. It's
okay. You guys headed off to the neighborhood that you're hearing about, and hey, at first you think it must be a happening party because you guys are hearing all kinds of like just loud sirens, and it sounds like an incredibly loud music system playing. But as you get closer, overhead, an AV flies in. This is a trauma team doing a direct drop as they essentially land on the roof of this house. Medics are coming down on zip lines. You notice that there are people, there's smoke and fire coming out of the house as you're rounding the corner here. People are coming out in a daze, some of them just dropping on the ground, choking and coughing. One guy runs out on fire. Someone quickly jumps on him, smothers the fire. There are bodies hanging out of the third store windows as trauma team starts to rappel into and breaking through glass to get to their charges that have trauma team contracts. You guys notice this coming in. You hear the sound of assault rifles being fired from inside the home, and not by trauma team.
Ooh, think you can remix that, Gold Siren?
There you go. Laszlo, you start getting alerts because the nature of your job is you're kind of always on call. Doesn't mean you always show up, but you're always on call. And you start getting an alert that bodies are piling up in the Glen. They're going to need an extra hand tonight. If you want to make some EV, get on shift, man. We'll send a wagon out to you.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. I will do this. Hey. Looks like I'm needed.
Oh,
He
what's
just
up?
showered, taken off his bloody clothes, and then shrugs and puts back on his bloody clothes.
The Laszlo siren. Laszlo signal in the sky.
What's up? Something up, cuz? You getting back up out to work?
Bodies piling up down there.
Down where?
This place where they're going to send me.
No shit. You want to back up?
Can you I don't know. Can you do any medical things?
No, but if bodies are still piling up, that doesn't mean doesn't sound like they've stopped.
Eh. Feel free to come along.
I can bring a shield. I got the fancy new shield. It can take about a bullet before you do.
If you leave, I automatically win Dance Dance Revolution.
Right.
No, if I leave, you will still not reach the score that I set.
No, you forfeit. It does. The scores are irrelevant at that point.
No, I
You're
just
looking at
put
the
it on.
score. He's like 200 points over you, Marius.
It's up to you, man. But
It's called a handicap. I will come back and I will contest myself against.
No. If you leave, I win. It's called forfeit by default. Or default by
All the
forfeit.
points you have managed to forfeit.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you
Oh, you're cutting out real
bases
bad,
on
Steven.
the name of the song. I've already danced.
Mhm.
I'm going to choose to not fight this battle that I'm going to lose regardless. And I'll just go because I don't want to be home alone.
You don't want to be home alone
Well, if you
with your yellow belt.
both leave, you both forfeit. No one wins, right?
I'll just let it running on his turn so he automatically loses.
He misses all the beats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And then it just ends.
Exactly
somehow.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Still high school than what you got though somehow.
Laszlo, you hear a
pull the
honk
battery.
from outside. You look outside, and sure enough, the wagon, we just call it affectionately the wagon, as it holds lots and lots of corpses, is down there waiting for you. Guy, your driver that you've been with a long time, Santiago's out there. He's waving down at you, yelling up, "Laszlo, let's go! They're piling up!"
We're not going anywhere.
No?
I'll make my way down with the other two in tow.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
have
he just kind
passengers.
Breathing
of,
passengers.
whatever. Yeah, you guys hop on, and he hits the sirens, and they head out to the Glens, where Elena and Gold Siren already are. No, well, there's really not much in the way of police anyway, to be honest. A lot of it is personal security, but you don't see any personal security. Although there are people laying on the lawn with obvious bullet wounds that are wearing tactical gear. Maybe that was the security. There was supposed to be somebody here of note.
You know, Rat Girl, if that wasn't an automatic arms fire, I'd ask if you wanted to loot the place in the chaos, but
Oh, we
I
can
don't
still
step
do it.
out when it's above small arms fire.
We can be quiet. Should be fine.
Right? What do you guys want to do?
Did Marius accept his defeat at everybody was karate fighting?
He left it on your turn so that you're missing all the steps, and you both left.
I'll hack the system later so that your score is worse than mine.
We'll see.
knowing how well I do that, I'll probably end up with a negative score by the end of it.
Somehow you dance worse while hacking.
It's
But-
just my
Somehow.
thing.
But do you know what will happen? You'll try to dance while you're hacking and actually do better at dancing.
I'll take that. That makes me look better.
Okay, that works. Yeah, so those of you that are already at the Glen, what are you doing? If anything. I mean, there's no one here to keep you from not going into the house.
If he goes in, I'll cover. I just gotta close my jacket so I don't get shot.
Elena, are you going in or not?
Sure. Same to do.
So as you head for the front door, some more guests dressed up in party attire kind of come out choking and coughing. There's a distinctive smell on them you guys have been in combat zone area, especially Elena, since you grew up there well enough to know that's the smell of tear gas. They were gassed as they come out, just snot running out of their noses, like crying and just trying to gulp air down as they come out.
So you're saying I'm passing people in tactical gear on the ground. Any of them have gas masks?
No. You want to stop and take a look at one?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
try to find gas mask or something.
You quickly look at one of the bodies, scan it. Yeah, it looks like hired security to you. There actually, if you want to push one of the bodies over, you can see the name of the company, Securitas, that they were hired from.
I'm just thinking Taz's and the Tasmanian Devil.
Yep. They have just light body armor. The two bodies that you see that are in tactical gear, both were shot in the back several times.
Well, I don't have a breathing mask. So I wouldn't be able to do very well against tear gas.
I mean, only if they keep throwing more down. It doesn't stick around too long.
Yep. You do see more people kind of like jumping out of windows. Some people just hanging over the windows. Look like they've impaled themselves on glass trying to get out. You can still hear screams from inside. Meanwhile, some of the professional medics are lifting people up into the craft that's landed on the roof. These are people that have high-level medical passes that will get tactical teams down to get them out of situations. But they lift off. It seems like they've gotten the people that have paid up, and they're just leaving everybody else behind as they take off.
All right. Most dangerous group just left.
You don't hear the sounds of gunfire anymore.
Oh, that's where the gunfire was. It was them getting in there and getting out.
Awesome.
So you're coming in then?
I got your 6.
Okay. Just as you guys are stepping over the threshold, you hear the sounds of loud sirens behind you as a body wagon pulls up to the lawn. Laszlo gets out of the passenger side of the truck. Your driver starts operating the winches in the back. The thing folds down, and there's all kinds of storage areas for bodies. Marius and Pinball, you guys hop out as well. You see Elena and Gold Siren at the front door, just about to go in as your truck comes screeching up. Laszlo, there's a lot of people on the lawn that may or may not be dead. You're only interested in the dead ones?
Yes, that is what I do, so makes sense.
Hey, okay. Hey, Laszlo, have you got breathing masks in there?
You have oxygen masks.
Maybe.
Okay, I'll come over and get one and go in and see what's in there. You go in, mask on.
Okay, go in. Smell of gunfire, strong. Yeah, there is still a little bit of gas in the air, but not much. You see there are some unconscious and some very dead bodies all over the place. There was a big party going on. A lot of the people look like they're more passed out than dead, but then some of them are obviously dead. Bullet holes, very prominent. One has like a fireplace poker sticking through, like somebody pithed them through the back of the skull, coming out of the head, laying on the ground. Looking around, there's just like a trail going through the kitchen. You can see there's bottles of liquor out. A lot of them have been shattered by bullet fire. There's a big beer keg that had been tapped on the floor there, with people laying around it. Some mostly alive. Looks like they're unconscious though. And then there's kind of just a beeping sound, very steady, very loud. It's like a beep every 3-4 seconds coming from upstairs. And everything's just kind of hazy and smoke.
Where's the stereo system?
Well, it's been blown up and shot up. It was in the living room. So the beeping is not coming from the stereo system. Well, at least if there may be more than one. You don't know. But the stereo system you see down here, shot full of bullets.
Come here for a party. Ugh. Look around the other floors now.
Well, there's plenty of liquor still intact on the bar. Gold Siren, you probably come in after Elena.
It's over the bodies. Sees a stereo. Why? Studio?
Yeah. It's a high-end stereo, too.
I was gonna
Actually,
steal
looking
it.
around, the inside of this house is like really like there's some great pieces of artwork around. Everything here is all handcrafted. None of the stuff came out of any kind of magazine. This is not prefab stuff. This house is done up real nice on the inside. Folks that are sitting here either unconscious or dead, most fashionable club glowing clothes, mostly young folks, early teens to maybe early 20s for the most part. And why don't you specifically, Michael, make me some kind of observation roll, site-based.
All right, so that'd be back over and where it knows. Perception. Good boy. That's not so bad.
It's pretty good.
14. You catch a picture that's managed to not be shattered by gunfire or broken, just kind of laying down. You kind of pick it up because the frame looks really nice. And as you're standing it up, you take a look at the picture. It shows probably mother, father, very good-looking guy in his maybe early 20s, and then you recognize him. This is Storm Keating. He is like the up-and-coming teenage heartthrob. He's got like a soap opera that's on the media channels right now. He's like really, really popular. Right, he is the hot thing right now. He also has a band. He's actually not bad. Plays the bass. Does a little bit of singing. That's probably where you know this person from. This must be his parents' place, and maybe he was the personality that you were hearing on the streets that was supposed to be here tonight.
Well,
Elena,
either
go ahead, Michael. Sorry.
City of the Meds got him, or that's one less competition. So,
Elena, you're still hearing that very steady beeping going on upstairs, it sounds like. Second floor, anyway. Laszlo, you're doing your job. You're going checking for the live ones and the dead ones, separating the two. Come back and check on some of the previously live ones. They're now in the dead column, so you take
Move them over to the other place, yes. Sounds fairly routine.
you sit there waiting, tapping your toe until somebody finally gasps out his last. Now he's your problem.
Good.
You know, they may tip you if you keep them from croaking.
I don't understand.
You know, the gig economy.
Yeah,
No,
but if
you
they
don't.
die, you can take their entire money.
Oh, this is your expertise, not mine.
Yep. Pinball, Marius, what are you guys doing? It's just like this awful scene of, well, there's apparently more dead than alive laying on the lawn.
I separate out the live and bring them to hopefully where someone could get them some aid. I have very poor medical skills. My skills kind of run in the anti-medical field. Doctors hate this one crazy trick. What can I say?
It's called a slap patch.
Yes. So I'm basically assessing people, not for medical, but kind of like threats, like this guy's only pretending to be gravely injured, and plans to pop up and shoot everybody in some drug-induced craze or something. Other than
Okay,
that,
yeah, you make me a perception roll as well.
I'm also scoping out the scene, I guess. Perception. Currently, it should be cranked up. Let's see if it includes my combat. It does.
Oh, nice, a 20. Okay, so your practice eye notices, of course, there are 3 people in tactical gear, bodyguards. You see the Securitas badges on them. They're low end. Like you've done a stint or two with Securitas when you've been really low on money. They don't pay well, but it's steady work where people can hire security just for parties or just, if you need to look good with some bodyguards around you, sort of thing. It doesn't pay well, but again, it's constant work. So you know the type. You're also seeing a lot of these people are all falling within a fairly young teenage to early 20s. Some of them, well, a lot of them have had body sculpting done. So like they've got like the picture perfect cheekbones. They're wearing really expensive party duds. But you're also seeing there's a handful of them that while they look good, like they don't necessarily look like they don't fit. But a lot of the clothing, with your experienced eye, is knockoff brands. They're hiding a bunch of gang tattoos. Some of them have guns, like hidden, like you can see. Hey, that's supposed to be a what do you call it? A secret holster under the armpit, but it's not really well done. So you see the bulge here and there. So you're counting.
Guys
counting
are
maybe
pretending to be
6.
gangster rappers.
You're counting about 6 of these folks that likely are gang, but of course they could have also just been providing entertainment in the form of drugs and alcohol too. Could be.
Or they could be posing as rappers themselves.
Yep. In your dividing of the living ones and the ones that might make it, there's 2 of these folks in that batch. Very woozy, they smell very strong of smoke and some kind of other chemical on their bodies.
Well, I'm not a chemical bloodhound, but I haul them over to where they can sit by not dead people.
Okay.
You sit over
good
here.
enough.
This is where you may live.
Marius, what are you doing?
Well, I'm not touching any dead bodies. I think what I would like to do is find an access port and see if there's any security cameras to try and find the feed.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, give me that while you log in, and the first thing you need to do is get through the very basic security. The house is networked.
Okay. So is that interface role?
Mm-hmm. Did it go through?
I might not be doing it right.
It rejects his interface.
I'm not really surprised.
It's heard of you.
Oh, come on. Okay, I'm just going to roll it.
You might want to refresh your screen too. Sometimes Roll20 just logs up. There you go. Well, a 4. Okay.
It puts a pop-up. I forgot about the pop-up.
Ah, okay. You can redo it. Go ahead.
No, 4 is good. It's what I rolled.
Okay.
4, 8, 2.
Okay, so that's the jack in. That's the jack in roll that you've done. Now you have to take what is it called? It's the action where you have to get through a password gate. What is it called?
Net running.
Back door. Yeah, it's backdoor is the ability.
Backdoor. Oh, okay. All right. I don't even have that on here. Oh,
It's a D10. Add your interface.
was that
If you've got any particular software that will help you to get through a password gate.
Oh, yes, a worm increases all backdoor checks by 2.
There you go.
Okay, so D10.
Interface and 2 plus 2 on top of that.
Okay, let's see if I roll it correctly this time.
Okay, you're in.
Awesome.
There is a security system. Notable though is that it's been flagged as it is set in a loop to do a test mode. So the security system looks like it's live, but actually isn't calling out. It's running a test routine, and it's just continually running it. So while there are cameras and it has a connection to call what law enforcement and private police are possible, it is unable to do so because it's caught in this test loop.
Okay. Is there, can I tell if there is some sort of like log file? What I'm looking for is to see when it was put into test mode.
Right. I believe that is the scanner. Yeah. So that's the scanner action. So it's a D10 interface, and if you've got any software that helps you to collect data.
I do not.
Okay.
Backdoor and Pathfinder is all I got, so this is not going to be.
Maybe you could have bought some in the meantime.
I will definitely.
That's actually enough. It's this is like an off-the-shelf system with a few minor upgrades to it. You find the log files, and it looks like software was introduced into the system yesterday around 3:00 in the afternoon to go off to put this into test mode for 2 hours for a 2-hour test mode run starting an hour and a half ago.
Okay. All right. I'm going to download that.
Yeah, you can get a copy of the program.
I want to download that and jack out, and I'm going to send that to the group. Send that in, like that analysis to the group.
Sure.
Just so,
Okay.
I'm like, it's like, what is this I'm supposed to do with this program?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not sending you the whole log.
Yeah, I
just
gotcha.
yeah. But I'm going to keep the log in case I want to look at anything later. And I'm still not going to touch any dead bodies or almost dead or dying.
Right. So you've just kind of gotten closer to the house so that you're within range of the network, and then you're just kind of sniffing in. So it's due to run its course in the next half hour, and it will release the security system, which means at that point in time, the security system will go off, and all the alerts and everything else will go to the people that it should have been going to.
Right. So we got to leave in half an hour.
Elena, again, there's this beep every 3.5-4 seconds coming from upstairs.
I'm looking for it. I might as well go try and find it because it's there and it's annoying me. As I go, I'm sort of, I don't know how this works, I'm sort of like pinging to see what agents and stuff are around in particular. Dead bodies optional. Is there like any open access codes for cars and stuff lying around in people's agents? Well, I'm just thinking people came here with transport. I don't know exactly how the keys to these sort of things work for transport. Right?
Most people came here just from the neighborhood. Like you didn't see a lot in the way of cars around at all, actually. But it could have been vehicles as well. There just wasn't anything laying around. And of course, a lot of people could have taken taxis or what it passes for taxis. As far as scanning agents, I don't know that you can do that without having the hacking skills.
Presumably, I can seem to ping out to see what active agents and stuff are around. I would have thought. I don't.
Yeah. If they're just if they're not protected and they're just doing a random ping. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of them. Most of the guests have agents, so you're getting a lot of live pings.
Yeah, just so I can see what ticks around. Otherwise, I am tracking down that thing.
Yeah, mostly everybody's got phones. I mean, that's
yeah. Even those might be interesting around.
Okay. You doing anything else?
Tracking down that ping.
Okay, give me a perception check. If you've got anything that's good that makes you better at hearing.
No.
Okay.
13's pretty good.
It is pretty good. So I said the beep is happening every 3.5 to 4 seconds.
Mhm.
Just in the back of your mind, for whatever reason, you had started counting mostly because the beep was annoying, but it's now more like every 2 seconds.
That sounds like a bomb ticking down. Have a look at it.
Okay, so you go around, you try, you go from room to room. There's 6 bedrooms up here. There's like 2 master bedrooms at the end of the hall, and then there are 2 like guest bedrooms in between on each side of the hall. But you track it down to the bathroom is where it's coming from, and there are bodies, probably maybe some alive, some dead. You do have one person that's like slung over a toilet and is like puking into the toilet. So that person's obviously alive. You open the bathroom next to this person though, and you find that there's like a suitcase. It's oddly square. It's got like a big metal handle and kind of the outside is kind of a spongy looking gray. And the beeps are coming from that. It's maybe a 2-foot cube.
I'll send out a note to my fellow agents because I know we're all sort of like a group. I think I found a bomb or something up here in the bathroom.
Well, you going to defuse it?
Does anybody have in their background military experience? Did anyone serve?
No, that's not one of the options that comes up in the life path.
In the life path? Okay.
Not usually, anyway.
Yep. That's old Cyberpunk I'm thinking of. There's several charts that had you serving.
No, they want you more to be a ground level punk in this one.
All right. Good enough.
Gonna pop it open, or we're gonna run, Elena?
Don't know what you're doing. I'm having a look at it. Could be interesting.
Yep, the beeps are happening every 1.75 seconds now.
Does it look like I can break into it? Open it up.
So other than the handle on the top, it doesn't seem to have any seams. Do you want to pick it up or move it in any way?
Yeah, carefully. Lift it up.
Okay. Give me a tech roll.
Basic tech?
Just a basic tech, just to kind of get an idea of what this is.
20.
Okay, 20, no problem. The handle.
My tech level, base level tech level is really high.
Yep.
So.
The handle, you can tell has an imprint reader on it. So the handle itself is a control device, but it's probably keyed to specific fingerprints or DNA information. So any buttons or any interface device is through the handle. You can tell that by looking at it, hefting it. It's fairly heavy. As you pick it up, and there's more to it than it just being heavy. You think the base of it is slightly magnetized, and it is, it's hard to judge how heavy it is versus how strong that magnetic pull is, because it's adhering to something underneath the tiles in this bathroom. They probably have metal ridge beams because wood is crazy expensive. It's metal ridge beams running through the thing. It's one beep every 1.5 seconds now.
Is it the sort of thing I think I can open without setting it off? If it is rigged up.
Do you have demolitions?
No, base. That's not a skill I have points in.
Well, you'll have no idea until you start monkeying with it.
Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. Something to do.
Okay. You have electronics tech?
Yep.
Roll that. Mm-hmm. And I assume you've got like a little toolkit with you.
I've got a tech hand of nothing.
Your
else.
hand, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I've also got a tech scanner, but I don't know how big that is. But it's giving me a +2 to tech stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll see. We'll say it's part of your cell. Or
it's 25 in without the +2. So
you break the housing of the handle so that you can get into the electronics of it. I'm going to say with that, actually, you can bypass the gene lock so that you just have access to the buttons. So you play around with the buttons, and one of the buttons causes the cube to all four. Well, the sides, all four sides, kind of open, leaving the top and bottom intact. But the four sides kind of push open. And what you're seeing is on the inside of each of the four panels are cylinders. They're connected with a gas hose to a central. That's definitely a bomb in the middle, or that's definitely some kind of spark device. And then it goes off into each of the cylinders. And as it opens, it goes from 1.5 seconds to beeps every 1 second, and then beeps every 0.75 seconds. It seems to be beeping faster. What do you want to do?
So the clip words and deactivate the thing. I can't.
Okay, so this is a demolitions roll.
Okay. All right. Okay. In terms of piling stuff on, I do have micro optics in my eye. I'm going to throw all my 7 luck points in this because why the hell would I not?
Yep.
So this plus 7 plus whatever other bonuses you want to give me for anything. Wow, really bad roll. 15 plus whatever other
Okay, a
bonuses.
15 total. Okay, no, that's good.
Yep.
Okay, so you have not deactivated it, but the beeps have slowed. They're going back to a beep every 4 seconds or so.
Okay, do I think I can? Oh no, it's magnetized to the damn thing.
I'm sorry, do you think what?
No, I was just can I pick it up? And just realized, no, it's magnetized to the thing.
Well, you can. I mean, you can turn off the magnet. It's an electromagnet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll turn off the magnet then, and
Yeah.
I'm planning on taking it out to Laszlo. So, hey, do you recognize what any of these chemicals are? Yeah, no, I'm desperate. Yeah.
No.
All right, so Elena comes back downstairs. Gold Siren, you've just discovered whose house this might be, or at least whose parents might live here. Kind of looking around. Elena comes down with a strange-looking box, kind of holding it way out from her body. What are you doing, Michael?
And you remember that agent message I sent out previously?
Yeah. You also hear this fairly loud beep.
Elena, bomb?
Could be.
Turns on her heel. Starts pouring the flavoring, the alcohol flavoring that you pulled out of the liquor bar onto people's faces, whether they're alive, she doesn't really care, and saying, "Get out before this place turns into a fireball." I see.
Okay, you're trying to wake everybody, a few people up. Okay. Yeah, some people will come spluttering awake to that. Bitters dropping into your face. Those things are really strong. So yeah, sure. Some people start coming out. Marius, you guys get pings. Marius is telling you that, hey, the security system's been compromised, but it's going to come back online in now 15 minutes. Pinball is doing what he can to save folks outside. Laszlo's doing his job. He's zipping body bags over the dead and all but pitchforking them into the back of the truck.
I'm whistling a happy tune as I do it. Yes. No.
You went to 6 months of online medical school for this?
Don't worry. I now have a plan.
He's got to know when they're actually dead or not, because, that's a firing offense if you put somebody in the dead pile and they're not dead.
I can tell which of these bullets actually killed them. Can you?
Yes, when I shoot them.
I can tell afterwards.
Oh, well.
I have a plan.
Oh no, we are
Okay.
doomed. I mean,
Alina steps out of the house carrying something squarish, ominous looking, and beeping.
Elena, why are you bringing the bomb out to us? If it is not the bomb, why are you bringing us the world's worst diss track? It's just a...
Yeah, don't worry. I've decided I know how I'm gonna get rid of it. I look around for a local person's car. Basically, I'm not going to hijack a car, put the bomb in, and direct it to drive off, basically due south into the river or whoever fuck it gets before the thing explodes. That's the plan.
Make me a luck check.
Please high.
Your luck.
Okay. there is a car in the garage.
Cool. I'll use that then. I assume because I've got interface plugs and stuff, I can pretty much just put in a simple GPS command, go south. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
It's a fairly modernish car, so it has a dog brain. It can take simple information. So you put the thing in it and you give it directions to go where.
Direct south, basic. Aiming for the river, whatever, the water here. If it gets that far before the ocean, if it gets that far and dives in and explodes, it's fine. If it doesn't get that far, then it's away from us at any rate. So that's all that matters.
Okay. The car drives off.
Bye. There, I've taken care of it.
Okay.
I must say, I am impressed. Yes, that is good.
Some neighbors are starting to come by, and some of the people that are alive but were woozy are starting to wake up and start asking questions like, "What's going on? What happened, man?"
Well, nothing much. Elena is just a big damn hero and has saved all your lives. You're welcome. You can donate to a thank you, Elena, for saving our lives. GoFundMe at
Right. So Pinball, one of the gang members, comes to, and he's looking around, and he goes for his gun, which you've already probably taken guns off of folks that you're finding. So he doesn't find his gun.
Oh, I do one better. I took his clip out and made sure it was disarmed and put it back.
Okay, in which case, he grabs his gun, not realizing that the clip's out, and looks panicked as he's looking around. He sees you and he sees other people, but it looks like he's looking for something specific. His eyes just pass by you, and he's looking around. He's got his gun is out. He's shaking just a little bit.
Yo, hardliner.
No.
Chimbata, what are you up to?
Hey, where's the guys and all the tactical gear, man?
The guys and all the tactical gear. You mean the medical guys with those guys?
No, man, no.
Not trauma team. Who could you be?
Trauma team was here? No.
Some of them, yeah.
No. Team of guys wearing black outfits and just, they were tacked out. They threw smoke grenades in. They had these like eye pieces. There was smoke everywhere. They started shooting.
Walk through this with me, man. Think really carefully. If you were a tactical assault team with a mission, would you stick around?
Make me some kind of being personable roll.
Let's see. That would be
Whatever
under
skill you've
social.
got
Probably conversation.
Conversation is fine.
Conversation. No, I was calling him an idiot in a very condescending way. There you go. That is a 2.
Yeah. He's like, forget you, man. And he puts the gun away. He's like, man, how am I going to get paid for all these drugs now? He goes over to the one other guy that looks like he was, kind of wakes him up. Roberto, get up.
Now, if you wish to thank Elena for contributing to saving your life, you can go to her GoFund Elena the Hero page at...
Right. So as this is going on, there's a big flash of light out to the south. No explosion, just a big flash of light.
Could we try to see how far the car got, or does that look like maybe it hit the bay?
It's somewhere over the bay. May got as far as the bridge.
Whatever. It did what it did. If not, someone got a free car. Win-win.
Well, I mean, we just see big flash of light, so it's not that big of an explosion then.
Yeah, you don't hear anything. Just a very bright light.
Yeah. Maybe it was a big disco ball. Could have been a big disco. We missed out on the disco. Damn it.
Missed opportunity. Be sure. Oh, Elena, be sure to update your GoFund Hero page for saving all these people's lives. I mean, there was a bomb. You I suppose that's diffused for a certain definition of diffused. And you defused the bomb. Yes. Get paid. Very important is to get paid.
Marius, you've been doing the countdown. Ding. The system's live. And it's doing what it was designed to do. It is noticing that all systems are not nominal, and it starts sending out alerts.
Well, it's too late to change that, so let's go. I don't want my face on camera. Who knows where it's going?
Oh, do you know where there's a party then? We going to go somewhere with this party?
Yeah, just away from here, just down the street. We'll make our own party. There's pizza back at our place. There's pizza.
Well, have fun with that. I'm here with Laszlo helping to stack the bodies. I mean, he just takes the bodies, but they're still heavy.
I'm not touching a dead body.
Laszlo's happiest when he's doing his job.
Stacking them.
I'm gonna pull the hood up so that I can't be seen on camera.
I mean, the best help I can give Laszlo is the heavy lifting, because some of these people are very privileged with the food.
I wonder if Nancy cooks for them too, then.
Keep that, it might be foretelling that she does. Yes.
Might be. All right, so what do you guys do? Michael, your character's still inside. You were trying to get people out. So some people come stumbling out. You've woken them up. There are a lot of dead people in here. When you go to try and wake them up, you're noticing, high caliber bullets. There's actually a lot of, now that the smoke's clearing out, there's a lot of bullets in the drywall.
Yep, that was somebody else's problem.
Right.
Did we bring Elena's car here? Because that's what I'm hopping into before the cops show up.
No, you walked.
Gosh, man.
No.
All right.
I think we took like the train or something over because we're trying to find the party.
Hustling with enthusiasm, picking out new colors for all my clothing.
Okay. Medics are dispatched. You can hear sirens. So pretty soon the place is just covering just what passes for local police are here. The Securitas company is here trying to tidy things up. Laszlo, a lot of the medics know you and your company. So they're like, oh, hey, you got to jump on us.
Yeah.
Laszlo, nice to see you.
How did the dead wagon get here before everyone else?
They are literally buzzards. They know death.
They've probably got a hook into the trauma team and we'll go, hey, well, the trauma team going over there. Let's follow that way.
If there aren't dead bodies, they generally make dead bodies. So let's follow them. So they're like the newfangled version of ambulance chasers. That's what Laszlo does.
It's just unnormal for people to chase ambulance away from the hospital.
Okay. So didn't sound like anybody was in a huge hurry to flee the scene, other than just to not be...
unless Laszlo was also fleeing the scene, I did not even attempt to flee the scene because I was with Laszlo.
Right. So, Michael, you had your hand up. Are you trying to get out of the scene?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. You just walk down a few neighborhoods away. Marius, how about you?
I came with Laszlo in his vehicle, so I would just keep my hood up and go back and sit in there in the shadows.
Okay, you sit in the back of the truck with the piling dead bodies.
Well, maybe I'd sit in the passenger. There's got to be.
It's okay. They're all in body bags that are nicely sanitized with a good floral scent to keep the decay smell out.
Oh well, if it's floral scent, I think that would be okay. Yeah, I
Smells
like that.
like a bouquet of flowers.
It's totally natural. That's how I
Completely
always
so.
imagine spending my night in celebration of my yellow belt.
Oh, let it be known. Marius got his yellow belt, and then unleashed, he was surrounded by dead bodies.
Totally unrelated.
Sure.
I had nothing to do with the dead bodies.
Oh, you gotta play it up, man. Gotta play it up.
Yeah.
The news crews are shortly behind everyone else, and so everything's being filmed as the police and the Renta police are going around trying to figure out what was going on. Those of you that are staying behind, maybe in the back of the dead wagon or helping Laszlo to seem official to be on the site, just cursories. Some of the medics come over and talk to Laszlo, come talk to the driver. As best as you can tell, there was a party going on, hosted by, up and coming media personality, and it was interrupted. Some people say 4, some people are saying 5. Nobody's saying more than 6 people in tactical gear and gas masks came in, started throwing around tear gas canisters, and started shooting up the place. Reports are coming in that Storm Keating was taken off the premises by the medical response team. So was alive last anyone saw or heard, and was taken away. No one really knows why they came here. People are conjecturing that it was a kidnapping attempt on Storm. Yeah. Private residency, so no one's making a big issue about the sheer amount of drugs that were found in the house. Now, to be honest, most of it was completely legal. There was only a few things that might skirt legalities, and that's not really talked about. But no one's really detained. They get a few statements. They do ask Elena, Marius, and Pinball if they saw anything, heard anything, can you collaborate anything? But they don't really pay a lot of attention. There ends up being about 18 dead, 20 some injured. And apparently, folks are saying that a lot of people left early on. Like, there were people in the living room when the tactical team showed up, and a lot of people left like immediately and got away. But nobody knows why.
I'm gonna send my data to Nancy and see if she has any ideas. But I'm not telling Pinball or anyone else. Actually,
Right.
I'm just gonna do it on my own.
So you have like a list of 10 burner numbers for her. So you send it to all 10.
Yeah, and then I wait for a response. No, it's okay.
Okay.
She'll get back to me
Yeah,
when
no-
she gets back to me. I'm not one of those guys.
Exactly. No immediate response.
Right. Right. Everyone's busy.
So on your way back home after the security forces just ask everybody to disperse, your driver Laszlo has got the tuning into the news, and apparently something happened on the bridge. Authorities are still investigating it, but there was an intense fire that burned through concrete and steel. Just a very intense flame. Basically just cut the bridge, did a lot of damage to the bridge, and so it's been closed off. Folks are still trying to determine what went on with that.
Huh, weird.
Don't know what that was about.
Weird how things be do like that, but they do.
Yeah.
Just another night in Night City.
Yes, indeed. So we're coming up on time. I guess for our next session, get a little focused. What thread do you guys want to pull on? I threw out a whole bunch of stuff, and there wasn't a lot that anyone really latched on. Everybody went their own ways.
Pinball was going to do the Pez run. He's got
Okay,
a Pez dispenser to get, and other people.
That's a couple
do
of
it
weeks.
too.
That's at the end of the month. Yeah. Okay. So the new night market.
I
I
actually
personally
want
want to thank the U.S. military's, what's the word?
The community outreach thing.
Yeah. Tank that.
Okay.
Particular reason you have issue with the U.S. Army that you want to tank? I mean, yes, they're succoring people, but beyond that,
Sorry, Michael. Did you say tank or take? Like, did you want to go and check it out, or do you want to try and sabotage it?
I want to sabotage it.
Sabotage it. Okay.
So-
All right.
yeah, that's
Practical.
why I'm.
They're trying to put the crunch down on the night markets by supplying food to the area. And otherwise, I just don't like the U.S. government being so cozy in a city that ain't theirs.
Mhm.
All
You
right.
know how they like to prop up democracies in third world countries like Night City. Anyhow, figure out an angle that gets us paid for that.
Well, Nancy wants us to break into there and help her clear her name. So I mean, I'm sure those two things could be done at the same time.
Now Michael completely changes his character's mind. What? We're gonna help Nancy? No.
Aside the
Forget that.
pinball, if we got Nancy to walk in there, two birds with one stone. Ooh,
Get her shot by the U.S. government. Yes, I can see how this might work.
I mean, the bomb in her head explodes. Bad for PR.
Is it?
I'm sure we can work on these details, but if we help Nancy out and we help Gold Siren out, everyone wins except Pinball, because Nancy will survive forever. Sorry, Pinball. I'll let you win in DDR next time too.
What is this? What do you think? I would like to see your dance roll, sir. You must beat my 14.
Next time. Next episode.
He's just recoded the software, so he won.
Yeah.
I would like to see that roll too.
Jameis, how about you? Any ideas? So we've got so Michael and Marius want to do something with the military base, maybe for different reasons. Sounds like Pinball is all for that. How about Elena?
The problem is with what's the term? Dissociative disorder that Elena has at the moment. She doesn't really have long-term goals. She's just
Okay,
going
so
with
she's
what
eating
feels
weight.
good. She's just good. She needs to have therapy, is what she needs. But until then, it's just like, oh, what's happening at the moment? That's interesting. We'll do that.
Okay.
She
How
needs
about
therapy.
Laszlo?
If anyone noticed.
I am uncertain. There's nothing that has jumped out at me. I mean, maybe the pairs one, but I mean, that seems to be like a single person being able to get in there. I don't know what else to do with that. So
It's not like our net person could hack some new codes or anything for us.
No, it's
we,
not
we
like
don't
that.
know.
See,
We don't know anybody who could.
We
do
don't
that.
know anybody that can do that.
Nope. You're right. No one that could probably roll high enough to do that.
Even
Now, if
wearing
you
their
need-
new yellow belt, they still couldn't do it.
Oh, he shames
Now, if
me
you
with my
need somebody
yellow
to
belt.
go in and karate chop someone, Marius is your person. Now,
Yeah.
he's ready for that.
Yeah, send
All
me
right.
in alone. I am lethal weapons with my hands alone.
With your -2 initiative, yeah.
I don't need
Yep.
this heavy.
All right. Well, I'll plan on doing something with the second night market. It happens at the end of the month, and if you wanted to do even say some reconnaissance on the military base, they've got a couple-hour window Monday through Friday where they're having people come in and again doing basic medical care, food, even some goods, that sort of thing. So you can always get into one of those lines and see what that's about. See how
Checking out
you
the
might
military sounds
sabotage
interesting.
it. Yeah.
Right, just
Okay.
get Elena to say, "Oh, we're going to go do this," and she'll just come along. So,
Yeah. I just wanted to get us focused on something. So the festivities of the night, something that's just going on in the background. You can interface with it or not. It's up to you. It's just things are going on in the neighborhood, whether you choose to interact with it or not. I've got kind of a timeline when things will happen, and you can just completely let everything happen or not. And that's just how it works.
I go check to see if Scott Brown is hiring.
Go back to Securitas. Yeah. All right,
that's
Richard.
security. I want to get into real estate.
Oh, real estate. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
that.
chill it.
Richard, tell us all about your stream.
I'm Richard, and I play video games badly, and I have no joke to go here. So you can just watch me at LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now. Limited time offer.
Time offer. No vowels.
No vowels.
All right. Jameis has got a blog. He will now tell you about his
Yep.
blog.
I have a blog where I blog badly, so come along and look at my blog where I blog badly at.
Yes. See, blogs are so old technology now. I mean, you need a TikTok. That's what you need. You need a blogging TikTok, Jameis.
Ooh.
At?
Yes.
Is it at Blog Badly?
Probably available.
I mean, Jameis,
Jameis
I have not
Enright.
actually heard your blog location. What is it?
It's his name, JamesEnright.blogspot.com.
Yeah. I don't
Link
have
in
a
the
cool
screen.
name like
Ding.
Richard does.
Yes. And Michael, Kelly, and Steven are internet black holes. Do not like their shady shenanigans getting out on the internet. So I don't believe any of them have anything to plug. I may be wrong.
This would ruin me professionally if it was ever connected to me.
Your sanity would be questioned, jobs would be lost, people might be shot.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
That's how it goes. Never admit never. All right, guys. If you found us, you know where we are. Twitch.tv/SteamSteelMurder. Check out the podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. Too many years to really fess up to of games there. Yeah, many years that we shouldn't talk about so that we could stay gainfully employed. Anyway, bye everybody.
No.